Hello, Carlotta. If I knew you were coming, I'd have brought another wine glass.
If you'd have known I was coming, it would have spoiled the surprise.
True.
Besides, I brought beer.
This is your night for unexpected company.
Yeah. So who says fishing isn't fun, huh? Listen, this bottle's already open. What do you say we all have a glass of wine? Yeah?
If Carlotta doesn't need to get back to the diner.
Oh, I'm here for the evening. I brought some steaks.
Fillets.
Okay. Glass for you.
Thank you.
And a glass for you. Cup for me. The old mug. So, to fishing. Yeah?
That doll's gonna be bald before you're through.
I bought her for Star today.
Why don't you tell me what's happened?
Well, I spoke to my attorney today, and she seems to think that this custody case is going to be a lot more difficult than we thought.
That's ridiculous. Because of Todd, a terrorist came into his house. 2 men were killed while Star was upstairs.
That is all that I think about.
So no judge in her right mind is going to let Todd keep Star.
If we bring up the terrorist incident.
That's the strongest part of your case.
Well, Kara doesn't seem to think so.
Star was almost murdered.
Taya risked her own life to save Star.
But that was only necessary because of Todd.
Well, nonetheless, Taya put her life on the line for Star. And Kara doesn't want to give Taya a chance to appear like the dedicated mother.
We'll cancel that perception.
We don't have much time. The hearing is next week.
How long have you known
I
this?
was afraid to tell you. I mean, there's been so much going on around here, Doreen.
Blair, nothing takes precedence over Star's safety.
I really can't lose her.
You won't, Blair. I promise you, we will do everything that we can, whatever it takes.
Kara warned me today. She said that I needed to stay calm, at least until the hearing's over.
What kind of advice is that? You know, I think you really need another lawyer.
No. I understand that. I mean, she's right. Todd and Taya are going to do anything that they can to make me look like that I'm emotionally unprepared to be Star's mother.
As opposed to those 2 sociopaths.
Don't, okay? Because I need to be steady. And I can't do it alone.
Okay. If calm is how we're going to win this war, then calm is how we're going to be. Right? Together.
I already blew it once today. I can't let that happen again.
How, when?
I was over at the Sun, and there was Star just roaming the halls all alone.
She was what?
She lied to me. She looked me straight in the eye and she lied to me. I mean, I know she's capable of a lot of things, Kevin, but I'm her own daughter.
All right, slow down.
I thought it was really, really strange that David would leave the clinic the morning I'm due to arrive in Austria. He wanted to see me.
I know.
He was excited.
I know.
I asked her. I asked her straight out. You know what? She denied having anything to do with it.
Cass, maybe she's telling the truth.
I got Kelly to go through her phone bill.
She called David.
The morning I was due to arrive, 25-minute conversation.
And by evening, he's gone.
Oh, without a trace, except for the letter.
Dorian is really desperate to make sure that he does not see you.
She has no right, Kevin. This is my father.
I know, and he obviously knows something that she does not want to him to tell you.
Well, I need to know what he meant in the letter when he said he was trying to protect me from the day he took me away from her as a baby.
What did he think that Dorian would do to you?
Kevin, something's wrong with her. More than I ever knew.
What does Mel think about all this?
Mel, he'd like to think that she wasn't capable of this kind of deceit.
And you?
I wish Mel were right.
The last 3 days of all the major papers, including the Dallas Morning News, not easy to find in Landview.
Tell me about it. Well, thank you. Come on in. Oh, let me...
You certainly put your stamp on the place.
Do you want anything I can call down?
No, I just wanted to see how you were doing.
Fine. Even better now.
I knew the papers would help.
That's not what I meant.
For somebody who just got out of the hospital, who almost... You look amazingly well.
Near-death experiences agree with me.
I haven't seen you this calm since...
Since your mother was alive.
Yeah.
This whole episode, it's strange. It steadied me.
Well, it terrified me. I thought I was losing you.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. Not if I can help it.
I feel steadier now.
Oh, good. Because there's something I think I'm finally ready to ask you. And, I hope you're ready to answer.
I'll try.
Back in New York, after our meeting at the clinic.
Our fight.
I visited Poppy's grave. I spent what some might call an unhealthy amount of time there.
I've spent whole afternoons up there.
I went over and over our conversation in my mind, over and over and over again, and one phrase kept coming back to me. You intimated that you felt guilty about Muriel's death. Is that true?
More than you could ever guess.
One Life to Live, brought to you.
I lied to you about why I asked Mom to visit me. I was pregnant. The guy was a total jerk. And we broke up. But I decided that I wanted to keep the baby.
That's why you called your mother.
I had a miscarriage that morning. I was scared.
What? Why didn't Muriel tell me?
I begged her not to, Dad. I wanted you to hear it from me.
So, she flew off to New York for a shopping trip.
She didn't want to lie to you. I made her. She was incredible. She took me to the doctor, And she held my hand, and she ran her fingers through my hair. And she really made me feel like everything was going to be all right again. And then she took me back to the apartment, and she made me soup. And she listened about losing the baby. And about creating a new life with somebody so incapable of love.
Did I meet this guy?
No. And he never will. I never want to see him again. I mean, I'm supposed to be trained to see through this kind of bull.
You also believe in the good in people, honey.
Do I? I hated myself for investing in him. Mom didn't blame me.
Of course not.
But she hated deceiving you even temporarily. The next morning, she insisted we go shopping. Just to put some truth to the lie.
Oh, that's our Muriel.
She took me shopping and she bought me a coat. Hunter green with these big buttons. And the most beautiful eider-down so comforter. And then down on Astor Place, we found you a first edition of Steinbeck's Once There Was a War.
I never got it. There wasn't much left after the crash.
I know. Afterwards, I wanted to give the coat and comforter away. You know, all they did was remind me that it was my fault Mom was on the plane. But something stopped me, you know? I'd like to think it was her, maybe. Because now, finally, I can wrap myself up in them, and I feel like she's holding me again.
So much guilt, Dorothy.
I hated lying to you about the last day of Mom's life. I thought... you seemed so angry at me already.
I was furious.
She was wandering around all by herself.
Right in the hallways of the sun.
Anything could have happened to her.
Look, I tried to say the same thing to Todd and Taya, but they acted like they couldn't be less concerned.
Honey, were there any witnesses to this?
Yeah. Briggs, he saw the whole thing.
Great. Kara can use it against them.
I just don't know how much longer I can go without my daughter.
You'll get her back, I promise you.
You know, it just makes me think about Mama and what she must have gone through when she gave birth to me in that awful asylum and then was hospitalized and then they took me away from her. It's exactly what happened to me when I was in the hospital and they took Star away from me.
It isn't the same thing.
The pain is the same. Poor Mama. You know what? I really miss her. I think I need to go see her tomorrow. You want to come with me?
No. I really don't think that would be a very good idea.
But I really like to see her.
I just mean that I don't think it would be a very good idea for me to go see her.
But I don't want to go alone.
I'm sorry. You know, I'm just so upset and furious about what's going on with Star. I think that Addie would pick up on that, and it's not good for her to get upset.
You're right. You're right. I'll tell you what, I'll call Cassie. Yeah. Both of us need to just be less angry and more focused. We don't need to give Todd and Tay any more ammunition, that's for sure.
You're right. We have to be every bit as determined and relentless as they are.
Yes.
Honey, I promise you I will help. We will be supremely confident and calm. Kramer women.
Totally focused.
The models of serenity. In fact, tomorrow night at Renee's charity auction, I promise you, all of Landview will see how poised and confident and calm we are.
You know, we can do this. together, Dorian.
You bet we can. Mr. and Mrs. Todd Manning aren't going to know what hit them.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Now then, you know what you could use? What? You need a nice hot bath. In fact, I've got some new bath oil I'd like you to try. Here.
Well, that sounds really nice, but I don't know. I feel like I need to be doing something. What I want to do is, I'm going to go see if I can find Ian and then lay out some groundwork for my future and stars.
It's such a pleasant drive out here, isn't it? Did you run into any deer? No. Pity. About a mile back, there were about 3 or 4 came bounding right across the road. You need to be careful. They're beautiful, but they can be very dangerous. Oh, I always drive defensively. Hank, this is really a perfect retreat.
Works for me.
Is this your first time here?
It's really very warm and cozy. Maybe just a bit too warm. Would you mind if I open the window? Let a little of that lovely autumn air in?
Not at all.
Hank likes a cool room. Especially at night.
I do. Whatever.
Oh, what am I thinking about? I'm sorry, Jakara. You must be freezing, sitting there in your wet bathing suit.
I'm fine.
But you could catch your death. I mean, what would happen to your jazz festival?
It's not that cold.
Oh, but I'm sure you'd feel a lot better in some clothes. Oh, look, these must be yours.
Maybe I will change. Is there a bedroom?
This is the whole place.
The bathroom?
In the woods.
Then I'll just step outside for a few minutes.
Watch out for the animals, dear.
I always dress defensively.
So, Mr. D.A., what's going on?
Look, I did not invite Jakara up here.
But you didn't exactly slam the door in her face, either. But you have a second chance.
I'll do my best.
How did you know you were here?
I told Rachel and R.J. about Eli stealing my bike.
Mm-hmm.
And about our disagreement about how I handled it.
And they told Jakara?
Well, Jakara was there when I was telling them my plans.
Where?
Club Indigo the other night.
You went to Club Indigo after our fight?
Disagreement.
Knowing she would be there?
Look, Carlotta, I know I made a mistake, okay? I'll take care of it.
I lit the gas grill. And since you are such a good cook, would you do the honors?
I am sorry that your mother disappointed you again. But it's not your fault.
Why did David take me away from her?
I don't know, Cass. But for whatever reason it was, you survived it.
Did I?
Yes, you did. Because you are a strong, truthful, and beautiful woman.
Mara, still my mother's daughter.
But you don't inherit the sins from your mother.
How do I know that? If she won't tell me what she's trying to hide.
Take my word for it.
I want to.
Well, do it. And then join me in opening this great bottle of wine that my mother brought back from Italy. We'll thaw the rest of Joey's puttanesca sauce out, and then we'll celebrate all the great, fantastic differences between you and your mother. Okay?
It sounds delicious.
Great. I got the corkscrew. could get the sauce.
And if I'm lucky, I won't have to see my mother until tomorrow night at Renee's charity auction.
Exactly.
Wait, Kevin. Should I confront her about this? Tell her I know about her lie.
Maybe I'll light a few candles.
Do you think I should tell her that I know she phoned David?
Cass, I wish I was qualified to answer that question. I'm not.
I know. I know. It's infuriating. It's complex.
It's typical of your mother.
Exactly.
Look, Cass, the wine needs to breathe. The sauce needs to thaw, and I think you need to go run this by Mel and see what he thinks. At least he was being objective. He gave her the benefit of the doubt about the phone call.
I'm ruining your romantic dinner.
Oh, no. The wine, the food, and I will all be here when you get back. Each at our proper temperature.
I blamed you for Muriel being on that plane. Remember, she told me that she was flying out to New York to go shopping with you. I mean, I must have been asleep at the wheel. So unlike either of you.
You trusted her.
Muriel never lied.
I know.
And I was going around the clock on the campaign. We hadn't had much time in weeks. So I rented a cabin for 3 days in the Potomac, and then she just blew it off without much explanation and headed for New York.
She didn't want to lie to you.
I asked her not to go, and she said, well, you must have really needed her, otherwise you wouldn't have called. And I thought, well, why don't you just blow it off until another week? I got myself into a really bad frame of mind about the whole thing. And then I got the call.
I didn't need her, Dad.
Yeah, I know that now.
If only I hadn't been so stupid.
And afterwards, I was angry at myself for being so petty and so bitter, and that just made me angrier at you because I resented you for being the one to spend her last hours with her.
I am so sorry that I lied to you. Can you ever forgive me?
No, forgive you anything. Can you forgive me?
Yes. I missed you so much.
Thank you for the truth.
You live for the truth. I know that. I'm sorry it took me so long.
Oh, maybe this is the right time for me to hear it. You know, the moment I took that bullet, what I felt, beyond pain, beyond fear.
What?
Surprise. That I wanted to live.
Dad.
It's true, and stuck with me. Put a lot of things in perspective, like, if I wanted to live so badly, why was I trying to kill myself? And what you said helped me, because now, Muriel being on that plane makes some kind of emotional sense. It's like closure. I mean, you, the baby, this guy.
No, Dad, I can't.
Okay, okay.
Why don't you get some rest?
Spoken like your mother.
I mean it.
I will. Probably get the most truly peaceful sleep I've had in a long time.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Dorothy. I'm glad your mother was with you. I'm glad. She gave you so much before she died.
And I'm glad that I have you back.
Me too.
Get some sleep.
I will. I love you.
It's mutual.
Coming. What did you forget?
Am I disturbing anything?
Nope. What's up?
Mother's been lying.
So what's a nice guy like you doing in a place like this?
Hello, Blair. Goodbye, Blair.
You know, Max, I really went to bat for you with Maggie the other night. Honest.
I heard.
I hope she understood that whatever happened in that steam room was just a lot of nothing.
Oh, she did. You weren't the problem, though.
So it was at the warehouse?
Yes. Why? The hell of it is, I don't think I learned my lesson. Given the same circumstances, I'd do it all over again.
Well, I understand that.
Oh, yeah? If it weren't for that goody two-shoes Ian and his newborn virtue society telling her the truth, she'd still be here.
Oh, come on, Max. You just did what any sensible person would have done.
Don't humor me, Blair.
I'm not. I know you. You didn't burn down that warehouse on purpose. You wanted Maggie to understand that that building was just too much for her to take care of, to handle.
Exactly.
Right. So how did she handle it? How'd she take care of it?
See you later, Charlie. I'm selling Ace and I'm moving to France.
Well, you know, Max, it's the best.
I'm sorry. I missed a step in there somewhere.
Well, look, if Maggie is so rigid that she can't understand why you did what you did, then the marriage never would have lasted.
There is still a big gap in that.
Eventually, the real Max would have surfaced.
As opposed to...
This alien. Come on. It's better that she bolted now than later. What?
I guess you're right. About there being a real Max.
Well, I ought to know.
And I've been playing this Mr. Goody Two-Shoes for so long, trying to make everyone else around me happy. All the messages now are saying you just can't it.
Well, I kind of like the old Max.
Great. You're going to have him back if Al goes off to live with Gabrielle.
What are you saying Gabrielle's trying to take Al away from you?
No, it's not just that. Al wants to go live with her, too.
Well, what do you want?
Not that. I miss him like crazy.
Wait, Max, you can't let that happen. You got to do whatever you can do to stop that.
You don't seem to understand that if I go after them, I won't just be fighting Gabrielle. I'll be fighting Al, too.
Max, what would happen if I just rolled over and let Todd take Star?
Where are you with all that?
I'm handling it, okay? I have a master plan, and I'm going to go in for the kill.
Listen, Carlotta and I, we have some things to straighten out.
I was wondering when you'd get around to that. Why don't I drive back to town? Maybe I'll see some of those deer.
Remember to keep your eyes on the road.
Defensive driving. Hey, enjoy the fillets. You can return the rest of my things at your convenience. You know where to find me.
Yeah.
Oh, and, thanks for the lesson.
You got it.
What lesson?
I taught her how to clean fish.
Really?
Yeah, well, you know, I just showed her how to gut them and scale them, that sort of thing.
What is it with you and fish?
Look, just forget the fish, okay?
Okay. So why don't you tell me what's supposed to happen next? And I don't mean dinner. I told you that woman was after you.
You're overreacting.
The minute that you and I have an argument, there she is.
Now, that's not exactly how it happened.
If I hadn't arrived when I did, you'd be having her steaks and her wine and her God knows what else.
Carlotta, there is no what else.
Because I got here in time.
Look, I know I shouldn't have let her in here. All right? I should have told her that she was being disrespectful to you for coming up here in the first place.
Darn right you should have.
Well, Carlotta, Things weren't exactly perfect between you and me.
Oh, and that gives you the go-ahead to go and have an intimate little dinner with Miss Jazz Festival?
Look, that is not what I meant.
Well, I hope not. Besides, you know, we could have resolved our argument if you hadn't just walked out and come up here without even telling me where you were going. And you call Eli irresponsible?
You're right. I acted irresponsibly.
Yeah, you can say that again.
I acted irresponsibly. Look, Carlotta, my whole career is about arguing cases. When it comes to my personal life, I don't know how to do it. I don't like it, and I don't like what might happen.
So that means you just run away?
When possible, I go fishing.
Oh, well, I'll have to remember that. Look, it's okay for us to disagree, Hank. We just have to trust.
Okay. I promise you from now on, I will have the courage to argue.
Only if you have to.
Deal.
So, this is the famous fishing retreat, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, this is it. Not much on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come here. Let me show you something. Look at that sky.
Quite a shame to waste all those stars, huh?
Yeah, that it would be. You know, I learned something today.
Yeah? What's that?
I missed you.
Really?
Really.
Mel, I know that you're trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but all of this deceit is very upsetting.
Yes. One should expect the truth from one's parents.
Yes, and in my opinion, I think that she's destroying her relationship with me. She's even risking her relationship with you.
Oh, I don't think she sees it that way.
Why doesn't she tell us what's going on?
I wish I knew.
Well, I'm going to find out.
No.
I'm going to confront her on this phone call, and I'm going to find out.
Cass, that's a bad idea, don't you see? Joanne's need to cover up the call is even more desperate than her making the call in the first place. I mean, she's trying to convince us that there's nothing wrong with her.
Well, that's a lie.
Yes, but if we confront her with it now, she'll feel the facade is crumbling and will precipitate a real crisis.
Mel, you're making it sound as if she's headed for a breakdown.
My advice is caution. Till we know a little more.
Mel, this thing is taking over my whole life.
Family secrets can do that.
What about Ian?
Well, Ian has what I need to, well, for me and my daughter.
As in several $1 billion of inheritance?
As in security.
After abandoning me in both of his capacities, I would love nothing more than to see Hugh rock Ian's world.
Max, I had no idea you were such a romantic.
Believe me, Ian deserves you.
Well, I hate to abandon you as well, but he has arrived, and I definitely want to go make my move.
6 Central.
Blair, what a treat.
Well, thank you, Ian.
Max?
Ian! Did you have a seat? I was just leaving.
Have a seat.
Thank you. How will I survive without my almost brother-in-law and business partner?
Must have been awful for you to have to tell Maggie that he's the one that set the fire to her warehouse.
Well, I was hoping he would own up and do it himself, but...
Okay, Max? Oh, no. You are the honorable one.
Well, still, I'm out one sister and one friend.
Well, you showed up here at the palace, and I'm here. Kismet?
I don't think so. Renee just told me you came busting in here, looking for me.
Oh, but you're here at my table.
Touché. So, why were you searching all over Landview for me?
Oh, because I was so desperate for a distraction to a miserable day.
So I would be an antidote.
Not exactly.
And the prescription would be...
Well, Renee is throwing this little auction for the hospital tomorrow night.
Yeah, she told me about that. I'm not really up for it.
You know, hospitals can cure all types of ills, see? And I was thinking we could do some bidding, some buying, some laughing.
It is the best medicine.
Forgetting.
Okay. I will be your antidote if you will be mine.
Oh, exactly.
I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. I mean, we know that Addie and Melinda and Dorian grew up in Canton, Ohio, that Addie abused Dorian.
But according to Blair, Addie, she's too fragile to tell us anything.
She may be right. Whatever happened led her and Melinda into lives and institutions.
But not my mother.
No, Dorian is a law unto herself,
And then their parents died in a plane crash.
leaving the family disoriented.
Oh, Mel, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Listen, it's late. After everything you... All right, listen, you need to recuperate.
Wait, it's all right. It's just been a long evening. Can we see each other tomorrow?
Yeah, you bet. You bet.
Cassie.
Yes.
You have survived a long time under the shadow of whatever secret Dorian's living. You will be all right.
No, I know. I think for the first time, I'm beginning to see what a hell my mother's life has been.
One, two, three, go. Strawberry shortcake, cream on top. Tell me the name of your sweetheart. Is it X, B, C, D, E, H, I, Girls!
Come here, girls.
You guys stay. I'll go.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next One Life to Live.